Noob D&D Dad here, and I just wanted to give you an update of all of my Noob DMing while I'm in rush hour traffic. So, okay, all of the groups I'm DMing for. Are you ready? One, I'm DMing for my son and my friend. That's the one where we started in the Dragon of Icespire Peak, and now we're on our way down to Candlekeep, and we're having an adventure down the Sword Coast, and we're having a blast on our way down there. And I think next session they are going to arrive at Candlekeep after some encounter. I haven't decided what the encounter it will be, but they're in their last 100 miles along the Sword Coast to get to Candlekeep. So that's my son's group with my friend, and we're at like session 52 to 53 or something with that. And then the other group is the military veteran group, and that is also started in Dragon of Icespire Peak. And then when we finish that one, and I haven't recorded those DM recaps on those yet. Well, I've recorded some, but I haven't finished them. But when we finish that one, and the new rules were out, the decision, it was, do we want to continue these characters and switch to the new rules and stay on the Sword Coast and do the sequels to Dragon of Icespire Peak? Or do we want to make new characters and go from there? And so it was kind of left, everybody wanted to make new characters because everyone was excited for the new rules. All these military veterans are all gamers, so everybody wanted to get the new rules and make new characters. So we finished that Dragon of Icespire Peak campaign, and we decided that we would start at level 1 with the Curse of Strahd, which we're like 26 or 27 sessions in to the Curse of Strahd, and the Curse of Strahd is fun and it's hard. Like, it is way harder to DM than the Dragon of Icespire Peak, but I really like it. I love like the creepiness of it. I know that the veteran group does not have as much patience for like the slower parts of D&D, or maybe they're just not patient with my ill-preparedness, but I'm having a blast. Curse of Strahd, I'm excited. They're on their way to where Baba Lysaga is, and I'm trying to think of a way to involve Strahd very, very soon, whether it's he gives them an invitation or he shows up, or after they kill Baba Lysaga, if he feels one way or the other, because she kind of raised him. So I need to get Strahd involved, because so far it's just been little hints of him. And so that group is fun. We do that almost every week in the morning on Fridays from like 7:22 a.m. to like 9 something. And so they're kind of shorter sessions from what you guys all said your session lengths are. Okay, so then there is my little kid campaign. So this is another campaign featuring my son. This has my 10-year-old son, my 6-year-old daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and my 3-year-old son. He's kind of just watches. And I have videos explaining the rules that I made for that, but I've since actually scoped it down even more to where I just present what's happening, and I tell them which dice to roll, and I'm like, do you want to use your sword, or do you want to do this? And so it's just way simpler. But I'm trying to run it on my end by the actual rules, so that as they do get older and learn more about the rules, they can kind of just step into it. So that campaign, they are a group of people that have set off to find the white lotus flower on the top of a mountain, because it's an important ingredient to heal their sick parents. So they are having a blast. This one, we've only done 3 sessions, and every time we do, they have fun. And the sessions don't go for very long because it's hard to hold their attention. But I love doing little kid D&D, and if you have any questions on how to do little kid D&D or how I do it, I'd love to talk about it, because it's very interesting and very challenging looking at these rules and trying to boil them down simply. So okay, then there's another group I'm DMing for. My wife just volunteered me with our neighbors that we're friends with, and our kids are friends with some of their kids, to DM for them as well. She straight up volunteered me, which I actually view as a really good sign, because I think that shows that she's being supportive. However, we have 5 kids, and so to be a DM for these groups, I'm not gonna lie, I do not take a ton of prep time, which is why I really like the pre-written stuff, and I love improving. So as a DM, I really need to read the books more and learn more, but so far it's been working. So yes, she's supportive, but also we need to make sure, like I say we, because I mean me and my son who are playing D&D, we need to make sure that we get a lot of our stuff done so that she's not left hanging with stuff not getting done and us just playing for hours. So if you have any advice on how to still be a good spouse and father while you're playing D&D, for those that are not playing D&D, I would love that advice. Anyway, so I thought that was a good sign, and I was very flattered. I was also like, dang, this is a lot of D&D preparation. I love the game. I think it's my favorite game, which is so funny because I've never been a fan of fantasy at all. So yeah, she volunteers me for D&D for our neighbors, and I was really debating lots of different groups, lots of different settings, and I narrowed it down to Greyhawk, the Greyhawk setting as presented in the 2024 DMG. So again, just reading through that, trying to become familiar with Greyhawk, watching Greyhawk videos, and then just stealing stuff from other modules. For example, the Lost Mines of Phandelver was one of the running up ones, but I was like, kind of brought it up to my friend who's in the other group with my son, and was like, what do you think? You know, I said we could do a kid version of Curse of Strahd, which I think would be a fun challenge by itself. He liked the idea of doing Greyhawk just because it was really new to him. So, doing Greyhawk, but I stole the first I stole the first encounter, like the wagon encounter from Lost Mines of Phandelver, and put it in. These guys are on the road to Greyhawk City, and I actually added it on the road. And then if you look at the Greyhawk in the DMG, it talks about taking, for the 3rd level, having like a gnome merchant get involved, and I am having the gnome be the guy who is captured in the Lost Mines of Phandelver. So very quickly, once they defeat what's in the cave, the story will really divert from Lost Mines of Phandelver. But it was really nice to just plug it in as a setting. Be like, hey, I'm just taking this intro. Instead of starting in the cavern, it's just you guys are all working together, taking supplies from A to B, and that's where the mission starts. And it's actually been great. So tomorrow night will be our 3rd session of the Greyhawk Beginners campaign. So we have, that's me, my son, the friend's dad, which I would say is my friend, my other friend who's in the campaign with my son, and then the dad brought 3 of his kids. So like 14-year-old girl, can't remember how old the boy is, like 10-year-old boy and 8-year-old boy. I don't quite remember. So a lot of new people, and I'll get into those recaps as well. I'm taking the notes so I can film recaps just when I have a minute. Turns out time is the most precious commodity that I have. So 3 sessions in will be tomorrow, finishing the cave battle. So in summation, I am doing D&D for my son and my friend, going to Candlekeep, and then the idea is when they get to level 10, we'll do Vecna, Eve of Ruin. Army veterans, they finished Icefire Peak, now we're doing Curse of Strahd. When they get to level 10, they're going to do Vecna, Eve of Ruin. So I really, really look forward to running 2 groups in the same book again. I really liked doing that with Dragon of Icefire Peak. Then I have, what's number 3? So my son, the vets. Number 3 is my neighbors with Greyhawk. Number 4 is my little kid campaign on just the custom map. Why did I think I was DMing for 5? I kind of want to wrap up the little kid campaign and switch over to the brand new starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands, because I think maybe the kids would enjoy the more tactile way of playing, like with the gold pieces and moving the pieces on the map. that might be a really good way to just introduce them to playing the game. So I'm gonna try that, I think. I mean, I would love somebody else to DM the Borderland one so I can play, and then that would also lend itself to being a new, like a really young DM, like a 10-year-old DM. So I'd love to be a player. I have this secret wish. I just want to be a player. But I will be the DM if that is what the players need. I will be the DM. So that is my kind of update. I don't have the paper in front of me, but I also have like which sessions have been played and which sessions have been filmed. And obviously there's a big gap in between what I've filmed. And when I say filmed, I mean put on YouTube as like the DM recap of that session. So I have many sessions that I've played, but I have not caught up on the filming. So appreciate your patience there. And that's my update. So let me know what your thoughts are. This has just been kind of like a unscripted update on all of my DMing, which is I'm kind of losing my voice right now just talking for 11 minutes straight. So I'm having an absolute blast, and I so appreciate all the comments and everything, because I feel like that I'm going on this journey with you guys, and I'm just loving it. So just thank you guys all for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Look forward for more Noob DM recaps, and any and all advice is appreciated. We'll see you on the next one.